Magandang araw po sa lahat. So narito naman po tayo para sa isang video na mapupulutan po natin ang aral at magagamit po natin lalong-lalo na sa mga learners ng alternative learning system. So ako po si Sir Rusty Corsame sa Alternative Learning System sa Tibungco District dito po sa lungsod ng Davao. Hindi lamang po sa lahat ng mga learners ng Alternative Learning System, magagamit din po ito, lalong-lalo na sa mga nag-aaral sa kolehiyo, in college, and also in high school. So, ang ating pong tatalakayin sa araw na ito ay tungkol po sa qualities of a good paragraph. So, ito po ay nasa asignaturang Ingles. So, how to write a good paragraph. Lahat po sa atin susulat. At ang tanong, paano po tayo susulat? How to write. So, in writing a paragraph, meron pong kailangan nating sundin. So, how to attain a good paragraph. So, in this way, a good paragraph is like a miniature essay. It has a clear beginning, middle, and ending. And we can say that a strong paragraphs combine focus and attention to detail, to develop a single idea thoroughly, and they help the reader transition from one idea to the next. So, as I've said, that a good paragraph has a clear beginning, middle, and ending, so that it could be a strong paragraph. And it has a combine and focus to attention or to the detail in order to develop a single idea thoroughly, and they help the reader transition from one idea to the next. So that is what we call a paragraph. So in order to attain a good paragraph, it must have qualities. So ito sinasabi natin. So what are those qualities that we can consider in order to attain a good paragraph? So first, we have unity. Unity or singleness or oneness of purpose. All the detailed sentences clearly point to or support the topic sentence. So, in order to make your paragraph good, you must have a unified one. Or, ito yung sinasabi natin, singleness or oneness of purpose. Okay. Second one, coherence. So what is coherence? All the sentences and ideas in the paragraph flow smoothly together to make clear and logical points about the topic. Coherence can be achieved through the use of, so we can say first, a natural or easily recognized order. So in the natural or easily recognized order, we have to consider time order, or that is what we call a chronological. It is arranging details or sentences as they happen according to time. Usually used in writing narratives. So ito yon, chronological order. What is being happening from that time? So you have to state it according to a chronological one. Another one is space, direction order, or spatial. Arranging evidence in relation to space, direction, or location. So that is what we call space according to coherence. The next one is importance order, or that is what we call emphatic. Arranging details in order of importance or emphasis. And then step by step, sequential or procedural. Arranging information according to numbers. So that is step by step or sequential or procedural. And then we have transition words and phrases. So what is this? Used to show the connection from one sentence to another, or to signal a new train of thoughts. So that is what we call a transition words and phrases. Some common transitions for continuing a common line of reasoning, consequently, clearly, then furthermore, additionally, and in addition, because, besides that, in the same way, also, in the light of. So that is the examples. Again, for continuing a common line of reasoning, these are the examples. Consequently, we can use these words. Consequently, clearly, then, furthermore, additionally, and in addition, because, besides that, in the same way, also, in the light of. So that is when you use that words in or for continuing a common line of reasoning. Another one, these are the common transitions. To change the line of reasoning, when you change a line of reasoning, you can use this. However, on the other hand, but, yet, nevertheless, on the contrary. Yan. And then, for the final points of a paragraph or essay, you can use this one. Finally, lastly. Okay. When transitional change to use in separating sections of a paragraph which is arranged chronologically. Okay. We can use this one. First, second, third. Especially when you write the composition, you can use first, second, third. Yan. Another one, generally, furthermore, finally. Yan. In the first place, also, lastly, finally. In the first place, just in the same way, finally. Basically, similarly, as well as. These are the words for transitional change to use in separating sections of a paragraph which is arranged chronologically. Okay. Another one, to signal conclusion. We can use this one. Therefore, this, hence, in conclusion, indeed. And then, to restate a point within a paragraph in another way or in a more exacting way, we can use these words. After, afterwards, as soon as, at first, at last, before long, finally, in the first place, in the meantime, later, meanwhile, next, soon, then. These are the words used for a common transitions. Now, repetition of keywords. Okay, what is this? Repetition of keywords. Important words or phrases in their synonyms may be repeated throughout a paragraph to connect the thoughts into a coherent statement. Okay, so that is what we call repetition of keywords. Again, repetition of keywords is important words or phrases and their synonyms may be repeated throughout a paragraph to connect the thoughts into a coherent statement. Another, substitution of pronouns for key nouns. Okay, this is use a key noun in one sentence and then use a pronoun in its place in the following sentences. When using pronouns, consider the nouns to be replaced by checking the nouns. Number 1, number. Is the noun to be substituted singular or plural? Number 2, function in the sentence. Is the noun to be replaced used as a possessive, a subject, or object? And third, gender. Is the noun to be replaced a male, a female, a common noun, or a neuter noun? Then fourth, person. Is the noun to be replaced in the first, second, or third person? So we have to consider this one. Again, when we substitute pronouns for key nouns. Okay, substitution of pronouns for key nouns. Use a key noun in one sentence and then use a pronoun in its place in the following sentences. When using pronouns, consider the nouns to be replaced by checking the noun. So this is it. So as I've said, number, function in the sentence, gender, and person. So we have to consider that one. Okay. Then we have parallelism. So what is parallelism? Use of the same grammatical structure in several sentences to establish coherence. The use of similar phrasing helps tie ideas and sentences together. Okay. Paragraph development. Okay. Support and evidence provided by the writer can be explained in different ways. These details can be provided by giving or using. Okay, we have to consider this one. Narration. Narration is telling a story. B. Description. Description is painting something or someone by use of words. And then we have comparison. Comparison is showing how two subjects are similar. Then we have contrast. Contrast is pointing out how two subjects are different from each other. Then we have example. Example is providing illustrations or representatives of an idea or topic. Then we have classification. Classification is organizing or grouping together subjects with the same qualities or characteristics. And then we have division. Division is taking out a part from the whole to fully discuss or emphasize how the part is integral to the whole. Then we have definition. Definition is giving the meaning of a term, idea, or concept. We have process analysis. Process analysis is telling how something is achieved or came to be, or telling how to do something. Then we have cause and effect. Cause and effect is showing reasons or results of a phenomena or process. So these can be used in paragraph development. Okay. So I would like to show with you an example, or I would like to read an example of a bad paragraph. So try to notice as you hear this paragraph. I will read it for you. So try to notice something that can be considered this paragraph as a bad paragraph. Women in the past were not granted civil rights. Women in Sparta were considered citizens. Their rights were respected. Divorce was accepted there. Most importantly, they were considered important members of the household. How we can consider this paragraph as a bad paragraph? This is a bad paragraph because it doesn't lead to any main point of view. It's scattered. So, as you have noticed, the ideas are scattered. Its message is unclear and the statements seem unrelated. It doesn't give much information about the topic. Okay, so that paragraph is considered as a bad paragraph. However, in the same way, I will give to you also, or I will read another paragraph that we can consider as a good paragraph in order to balance and to understand what is really a good paragraph. So this is the example of a good paragraph. I will read it for you. Women of ancient civilization proved to be victims of early human rights violations. They were not given any domestic rights, but there was one race of women who became distinct in terms of these rights. They were the Spartan women. Comparing it with other civilizations, Sparta was the first to respect women and annihilate misogyny. First and foremost, women in Sparta could own land and were considered citizens. Considering all things, that a very big deal. Why? Because that was extremely rare in that time, and there are lots of places even today where women don't even get that much. They were even allowed to vote as compared to their Athenian neighbors who preferred to keep their wives at home, doing absolutely nothing. Second, women's rights were respected. Spartan women were given small knives so that if their husbands came home and tried to hit them or assault them, they had a weapon within reach. That weapon was for cutting their husbands' faces so that when he went out in public, everyone would know he was an abusive husband, giving them the right to publicly shame him. Third, divorce was totally fine, and a woman could expect to keep her own wealth and get custody of the kids because paternal lineage wasn't very important and it didn't make her a pariah. She could totally remarry, no big deal at all. Lastly, they were thought of as brave and important members of the household. Spartan men only got their names on their graves if they died in battle, and women only got their names on their graves if they died in childbirth. The Spartans compared childbirth to battle, and it was viewed as the most honorable way to die. Spartan civilization was the first to consider the potential of women and their importance in society. They were the first feminists. Notice why this paragraph considered as a good paragraph. The aforementioned paragraph was a good one because although it was quite lengthy, so as you noticed, it was coherent, unified, and it gave examples and a background on the topic being discussed. Again, it is a good paragraph because it shows coherence, unity, and it gave examples and a background on the topic being discussed. So when you write a paragraph, we have to consider what we discussed today. So if we can consider that, we can see or notice that our paragraph is a good one. I hope that I have imparted with you or to you this afternoon a good one that you can use for your studies. Thank you very much. I hope that you can subscribe our channel and share it to others. Thank you very much.